The Hangout is not on air. This is the very first Google Hangout I ever have done. So, and we're doing it during a Mercury retrograde. And for those of you who don't know what a Mercury retrograde is, that's fine. I just want you to know that Mercury retrograde, Mercury, anything communication wise, gets kind of messed up. So for us even being here is a miracle, I think. But I want to welcome everybody who's on Google Hangout, yay, who joined us, from my Facebook friends, from the Hay House Radio, from the general public who found out about it through somebody else. And it's really it's a great day and celebration for my new school, which a lot of you are already students of. And the James Van Praagh School of Mystical Arts, or as I say, the JVP School of Mystical Arts. And the very first course is a psychic intuition course. And I thought that I would really share with you various exercises that I've done for the course and also new ones, and just have you join me in trying to intuit what you pick up and what you get. So I've created some exercises just for this Google Hangout, and I'm going to enjoy doing them with you. I'm also going to give away some decks of cards, my soul journey cards, for many people who get the intuition right, the intuition exercise is correct. And also going to have 5 people that I'm going to actually tune into them and do a mandala for them to use in meditations. So we'll do that. We have all of your email names and your addresses, and that's completely safe and guarded. Do not worry about that. I don't sell anything like that. It's just for us. First, before I begin, again, I want to thank you. I appreciate you being here. And one of the things I found out with the school, when I first started this, it's been my heart's desire to do it for a long, long time. And as in life, the pieces just fell into place. I had a great staff who's working with me. My friend Emily Manning has been great. And she's on the other end of the phone. She's on the phone. My phone is here on the floor. I'm sitting on the floor. And here's my phone. Okay. And she's going to text me during the show, during the Google Hangout, just so I'm on track of things, because, you know, being an intuitive, I kind of leave the body and make sure I'm on target of things. So I'm just so pleased and honored that you joined me here. I'm really happy about that. And the other day when I was on my Facebook page, I mentioned to people that I was going to pick some cards, do a card spread with my Soul Journey card book, my Soul Journey cards. There you go. And I did. I brought them with me. I'm actually in San Francisco. I traveled up here just this afternoon, and I'm just visiting. I had something set up for being up here. So I'm doing this in a friend's living room. So I just want to let you know, here's the card deck, Soul Journey cards. And just for our connection here, I'm going to pick some 3 cards. I picked 3 cards of the day, but I haven't not looked at them. And I'm going to do that while you're here. Yeah. So I have not looked at them. I put the 3 cards on the top of the deck. I put them back into the box, and I haven't looked at them yet. Cross my heart. And we'll go through them in a second. Okay. So I think a lot of people are still trying to get on Google. I feel that intuitively and psychically. I feel that people are still trying to connect with us. So that's fine. That's fine that you can do that. And as people are connecting on, and they can always, you can always see this again. It's going to be rebroadcast. You can download it. You can go on YouTube, and this will be a regular type of video you can just see over and over again. But as we get started with this Google Hangout, my very first one, in celebration of my school, and being with you, I'm just going to open with a meditation. And a meditation for meditated, and there are a lot of you who haven't. And for meditation, really, I just want you to keep it as simple as possible. Meditation is really a way of being aware. It's just being mindful and being aware of yourself, of the space. And it's in a way getting out of your head and really going into the heart. And anytime you do intuition exercises, intuition work, psychic work, you really want to come from a space of the heart, not the head. The reason why is because when you're in the head area, you can rationalize things, you can critique things, you can get in the way, you can judge things, and you're not coming from truth, you're coming from reason. So when you come from the heart space, you're really coming from truth. So I want to open up our Google Hangout with an intention, a meditation, to bring everybody together, because we have people from Australia, from Africa, from Spain, from Brazil, from where else? Russia, I think China, everywhere around the world. It's international. So wherever you are, whatever time it is where you are, 3 o'clock in the morning for some in England, I just want to just bring us all together as one, just one energy. So wherever you are in the world, I just want you to close your eyes and just listen to the sound of my voice. And as you hear the sound of my voice, and I even have some music I can play in the background, which I think would be just lovely. So I'm going to do that with you. I'm just going to play some nice meditation music, which I always carry with me because you never know when you're going to lovely to be in meditation and work and just connect. And I do that while I'm playing a lot. So we have some music behind. There we go. So really what I want you is to close your eyes and listen to the music, the sound of my voice. And as you sit in this space or lie down in this space or wherever you are, even if you're at a desk and you're just watching this on your computer, just sit back because you'll be able to hear my voice. And I just want you to give yourself this moment. You know, we spend so much time worrying about the past, and the past has already happened. The future is yet to be. So you really just want to right now be a part of this moment right now together. So just sending out that thought and that awareness that I am going to be present in this moment now. So as you close your eyes, being mindfully aware of your body, being mindfully aware of the head, the neck, the shoulders, and the arms, the hands, your back and your chest, your pelvic area, your thighs, your legs, your ankles, your feet. Just be mindful of this beautiful physical body that you have. Great. And as you place your mind upon the body, I also want you to now imagine that you are this great being, this great big being of light, a bright ray of golden light, golden white, yellow light, just emanating all around you, beyond the height of the body, beyond the feet, beyond the right side, the left side, in front of you, behind you. Just want you to imagine that you're this brilliant golden white light emanating out into the world, and that you own the space that you're sitting in to every corner of the room. Your energy goes out to every single corner of the room because you're not limited to the physical human body. You can go way beyond the human body. So as you do that, with the awareness of your thoughts, the awareness of your mind, everything slows down. Your heartbeat slows down, slowly relaxing, sending out the thoughts that you are beautiful, brilliant light, emanating, filling this space all around you. And then I just want you to place your awareness, place your mindfulness in the center of your being, in your heart space, that beautiful, beautiful emerald green light of the heart, the space of healing and balance, peace, connection to source, connection to one another, connection to that one beautiful energy of life, the prana, the breath, the essence of life, right in your heart. And we're going to go deeper now, much deeper. And you can do that by using the breath. So as you inhale, I just want you to imagine that you go right to the center of your heart in this beautiful green light of your heart. And you become one with that oneness, the connection, your soul being. And as you exhale out of the mouth, you're going to release any old energy that's in the body, around the atmosphere around you, around this auric space. Any energies from other people who are sitting in your space, sitting in the body. Any negative charges, any cords from other people connected to you in your energetic spaces or the chakra spaces. With the exhalation, you're going to just let that out with a breath. You're going to exhale all that foreign energy and then come back into the heart. So together, we're going to do that 3 times, 3 deep breaths. So together, let's inhale into the heart, holding it, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Good. Connecting with that heart space. And inhale. And holding it, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. And let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Good. Feel the joy. Feel the connection. Feel that beautiful sense of self, of happiness, purity, and love. And one more time. And inhale. And exhale. Good, good. And just in your mind, realize that right now you are connected to every person who's in this space of our meeting together here. We are one energy, just sensing the energy. Good. And now I'm going to ask you to take one more deep breath to fully come back now into the awareness of the body, just into back in alignment, purity with the body. Your feet are on the floor, feeling the physical body. And as you exhale, you're going to open up your eyes and just come back into the space of the physical body. And inhale. And exhale. Slowly back, slowly back. Open up your eyes, connection, and be as one. Great. Very good. Excellent. Very, very good. Wow, that was great. So that puts us in the space together, and we're just going to send our intention to your spirit, Mother, Father, God, angels, guides, teachers, loved ones. We ask your blessing on this meeting today with everybody from around the world who are sharing in this community, this moment together that we can share with each other's hearts, the awareness, the mindfulness, the openness to learn, to engage, to have fun, have joy and happiness. We ask this with all the greatest intent of our hearts. And we also ask that the information that we receive today, we in turn may impart that brilliant information, some wisdom, some insights to every other soul who walks upon our path. And so it is. Yay, very good. You did that very, very well. I know because I can feel the energy. So there you go. We're talking about feeling the energy. And I'm just going to continue going on. And I just want you to know that it's going to continue moving on. I can't hear everybody, but that's fine. I can sense things. So the first thing I'm going to do with you is the other day, as I mentioned, I pulled 3 cards from my deck, the Soul Journey card deck. And I wrote the Soul Journey card deck. Really, Spirit gave me that because my last book, Adventures of the Soul, I wanted a companion piece. I wanted people to take the information from my book and apply it then through using these cards. What the cards are really for are people can understand, they don't understand sometimes why they go through hardships, why they have situations, why do they have separation from their loved ones, why is there a death for a young person or a divorce or a situation you don't understand, or why are people treating you a certain way, or how come things don't work out for you, what's happening at that particular moment. So I created the cards for you to do several different types of spreads to understand exactly what your soul is going through at that moment. Why is this happening? So I do believe that our higher self, or if you want to call it your soul self, which vibrates at a much higher frequency in another vibration of the world, in the dimension, if you will, really influences us every day and gives us insights. And really, if we learn to listen with our intuition, we can begin to hear that beautiful soul's voice. Remember, the soul is beyond this human vessel, and the soul, the higher self, the soul self, is constantly trying to get the human to remember, to comprehend, to listen, to understand, and that is done through intuition. Intuition means into the soul. So your higher self will really influence you to pick, in this case, cards that you feel right. So when I did that the other day, I picked them, and I just want to see now what we get. So they're on the very top of the deck. So the first one I'm getting is worry. Interesting, worry. That's one, worry, okay. And you can see the mandalas on each one. And really there was a meditation done with each lesson. The second card that I pick is trust. Isn't that me, trust? And that's the cover of the, oh wow, that's the cover of the deck too. Just notice that, look. It's a great time right now. Okay, so that's trust. And the third one I'm getting is surrender. Three great cards. Three great cards. So I just want to talk about each one really quickly about them. So worry, when we have a situation, we have to really surrender. it's interesting. Surrender, the worry, and trust. They all go together. I love how spirit works. So worry, a lot of us have to realize that if we put worry on something, if we fear something, it's going to block the energy from flowing. It's going to block us. We won't be able to hear our intuition because our mental part of us is so closed down because worry is unnecessary. We don't need to worry. We almost have to get to the point where we just realize that it is what it is. That's all that it is. And that our higher self, our God self, the universe will lead us to where we have to go. The worry says, I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. It's very true. You can't control other people. You can't control situations, but you can control how you react to a certain situation. So worry, I find, is unnecessary use of energy. So how many things do you worry about unnecessarily? It's gonna be the same thing in tomorrow. It's gonna change. People are gonna do what they're gonna do. You can't change that. So worry. I just want to look at my book. I also have a little manual here of the cards. I just want to read a little bit what worry says here. Total channeled information, by the way. I wrote this, as all my books are. So worry is a wasted emotion. It does nothing other than give you the illusion of control. That's what I said. When you expand too much energy worrying, it limits you and has adverse effect on the natural energy of the soul. So worry also destroys the hope, faith, and excitement that are wonderful elements of the schoolroom called Earth. And so worry comes out of control, trying to control others. We feel so much more control, but you can't control others. But you can control how you react to something. Okay, so that's worry. Stop worrying. I had to learn it's a human trait. It's a human lesson. And of course, it goes right with surrender, which is really, really great. Surrender. These cards are really good to meditate with too. Look at that. I put that right in the center there. Great. Surrender. I can release my need to control. There it is. These cards go together so well. So surrendering is having the faith, the realization that you are a soul having this human experience. And as a soul, you really can do anything. A soul is limitless. It's the human that limits the soul. It's the human that says no. It's the human that has the ego involved. And the ego is fear-based in many respects. Fear is F-E-A-R, false ego appearing real. So we have to get to the point where we surrender, we let go and let God, energy is going to flow, energy is going to be there, and we really have to be in control of our own energy. In a second, I'm going to tell you how to run your energy and how to send forth energy, and also how to pick up psychic energy from somebody else, how you can interpret energy. We're going to do that in a second. I just want to read surrender to you. So surrender. Oh, there's service. I love that too. If I do say so, it's a great deck of cards. People have loved it. Surrender. You need to understand the distinction between power and control. You have the power of internal control, but very little external control over people or situations. The majority of your external control is through the power of influence. You can lead by example. It's very, very true. When people treat you badly, what's the first thing you do? Do you react and yell at them and put them down and judge them? If you do that, you're just as bad as they are. You want to be better than. You want to take the high road, less traffic. So you really want to surrender to the truth of your soul, of the light, that you are energetic, you're an energetic being, and realizing as you surrender that everything is what you think. You can really control a situation really with your thoughts, in that you don't have to be negative, you can be positive. Anything negative, try to find that joy or something happy within it. Okay? And try to, the third card, trust. It's the third one we picked, trust. So it's really interesting that this first Google Hangout, we had worry, surrender, and trust. I love that. It just seems, thank you, Spirit, trust. I accept my inner voice will always guide me correctly. How interesting. This is all about intuition, this Google Hangout. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Oh, now you're here witnessing this, and I swear to you, this is what came in. That's really incredible. I just want to read trust. Someone said I'm like a little kid, and I really am. I get excited because you always got to have joy in your journey. Journey, joy in the journey. Trust. Trust. I accept that inner voice. The earth can be a tricky place, but you have been given a tool to help you navigate through the murky waters, which is known as your intuition. So intuition is your soul's language. It's really, you have the power. The power is the soul's language. Intuition. Intuition means into the soul. And really, when you start using your intuition, it will guide you in many, many different life situations and choices that you have to make. And your intuition really is based upon your soul's lifetimes of experiences. I believe that many, many souls, all of us, have lived many, many hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of lives, not only necessarily here on the earth, but other planets, other star systems. And I think this is just one of many schoolrooms. And I think that we, this essence of who we are here, this human personality, is just one little small bit of a personality of our soul. Our soul is so much more and so much bigger than this. And I often say the soul is like the sun, and it's always bright, and it's always shining. And the sun, as you know, has different rays of light coming out of it. That to me could represent different lifetimes. It could represent the soul being in different spaces at the exact same time, just like the sun. The sunlight can hit many places all over the world at the same time. So I think that many people ask me, when we pass over, will we see our loved ones, and how can you communicate with them if they've already passed? You're existing on several levels all at once. So this personality right now in the earth space here, you're connected to those other soul groups, those other soul mates, and you will go back to be with those groups, and the groups tend to come back together another lifetime. So that's simplistically what that means. So having trust also is trust in yourself, trust in your intuition, that inner voice. How many of you have had that sense where you've thought about something's going to happen, I got to do this, and you didn't do it, and then a day later you're like, oh, why didn't I do that? This happened, that happened. And you really beat yourself up because you did not listen to that inner voice. God's voice, the intuition, is always speaking to you. And we all have intuition, we're all born with it. But many of you feel as if, my head gets in the way, I'm thinking too much. Through meditation, through being in that space of just bringing yourself down into the heart, doesn't take too long. It takes a minute, 2 minutes. The shortest meditation, 30 seconds. Be mindful of bringing your energy to your heart. And right down here below the heart is your solar plexus. Right here in the gut center. You can't see it in the screen, but the gut center, which is good, my gut. It's your Geiger counter, it's your radio. We as soul beings always have incoming programs and outcoming programs. So we are like radio transmitters, we're receivers and transmitters. So there's energy all around you. I go to this really extensively in my school for the students that are watching. As you know, that they talk about the programs coming in and going out. And I just think that I think that we have to really just take the time and be patient and learn to listen. And I talk about that a lot in the school, about how to see other people's programs, how to interpret them, and how to give out. Many times people act so strange because it's like, oh, I'm feeling this way, I feel depressed, or I can't sleep, or I have a headache, and many times it's because you have someone else's program in your space. And you are just really, what you're doing is interpreting that energy as your energy. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to somebody else that you're picking up. And being an empath, which all of you are that are watching this, because otherwise you would not be here, because like attracts like. And I think that you have to determine really what is your program and what is somebody else's program that you're making your program. So it's really important. And again, in the school, I go into my intuition course, my certification course, I talk a lot extensively about how to interpret that. So just be aware of that. I also will talk a little bit about running your energy, in that I believe that the earth energy, Mother Earth, and also the cosmic energy are really with us all the time. And we need to clean out our filters, our energy systems, our chakra points. And we can do that by what's called running your energy. And running your energy is like a filtration system, in that you bring down that cosmic energy, that beautiful light, as we just did in the meditation, and you bring that down to the top of the head, the crown chakra, third eye, the throat, and the heart. And then what I have you do with the grounding energies, at the same time you're bringing down the cosmic energy, you're also bringing up the earth energy from Mother Earth, the beautiful, nurturing, secure energy of Mother Earth. You bring that up through your feet, the first chakra, the second chakra, third chakra, the solar plexus, and then the fourth chakra, the heart. And then you meld the cosmic energy coming down, the earth energy coming up. You blend them together and you send it out in front of you like a fountain. which falls down to the earth, and there's a circulation that happens. So you're actually coming down, going up, and you're running your energy. You're filtering out any energies that don't belong in that space, any energies that are foreign. And the more you do it, the more you run your energy, the more you'll loosen up the external energies or other people's energies that are sitting in your space. You should try it. It's very, very effective. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And if someone wants to be a very, very good intuitive, I find that you have to be in center. You have to really integrate that cosmic energy and the earth energy and come right into your gut, right here, and be in that center of your being. Because if you're in the center of your being, then you're able to pick up on the knowingness. We all have this sense of knowingness, and you'll be able to be very, very aware of your knowingness when you're in the center. If you're too busy in the head, if you worry, if you don't trust, if you don't surrender, here you go, right? Our three cards, then you will not be in the core of your being, in that center of knowingness. When you're in the center of your knowingness, you will be able to read your programs, what's right for you. The more you realize who you are, the more you know yourself, the more you'll be able to realize what is right for you, what feels right to you, that you're dialed in correctly to your level of vibration. Yes? And as you do more of that running your energy, you'll also be able to tell whose foreign energy is coming in your space, whose programs are you picking up. Just, this is very insightful. So there are some people, empathic people, sensitive people, who really have, if you want to look at it this way, like a radio station, like if you tune into radio, you have to tune to the frequency, either 99.1 or 106.7 being the highest. And there are some people that come back on this earth, or some souls that are so empathic, like a lot of you are, that you're so sensitive, you pick up things left and right, and you become really enslaved to that energy because you're at such a high vibration, you're getting all these programs you're picking up, and you're not even aware of it, that this is happening. So what do you tend to do? Oh, I don't want to pick up those things. I put too much energy and too sensitive, so we tend to want to escape from that. So we tend to do drinking or drugs or distractions, get in bad relationships, put ourselves in a negative spiral, find out that we have no abundance in our lives. We start getting to a pity party, feeling sorry for ourselves. All of this stuff can happen if you really don't work at running your energy, you know who you are, and the knowingness, and really that's how you can tell. So that's how you really get in tune with your intuition. Yeah. So that's it. I know I've been talking a lot, and I will continue to talk a lot. But if you want to, if this is the first time you're on here, with you know about me, and you don't know anything about the school, you can always go on my school page. It's, as I think it's here, JVP School of Mystical Arts, and there's a gold bar, and it says sign up for the online psychic intuition certification. It's all certified class. I certify everyone that takes this psychic class if you want to. So it's on there, JVP School of Mystical Arts. I have my directions. Okay, so what I'd like to do is I'd like to start with some psychic exercises because it's really, really fun. So I just want to prepare you, and how I'm going to prepare you again is I want you to come into your own knowingness. And again, this is fun. This is a game in a way. Today we're doing this like a game. Exercises, have fun and joy with the journey. Don't think about it, just feel. This is a no-brainer. You can't be right or you can't be wrong. You're just interpreting energy. You're interpreting your knowingness. Your gut center is feeling. It's called clairsentient, clairsensing, and feeling the energy. Yeah. So before I begin the first exercise, I got to remember to do everything I was intending on doing, which is we talk about running your energy. If you want to take your energy, you can easily do this. As a soul being, we tend to leave the body a lot every day. This is not our natural environment. Outside of this body is our natural environment. But you can, what I call target mediumship or target location in that. If you want to, let's do it now. I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, run that energy. Yeah, run the energy. And I just want you now, in your mind, I want you to take your soul, your awareness, and I want you to pick one person in your family or your friends, just one person. And I want you to project yourself, your thoughts to that person. Wherever they are, you might not even have to know where they are, just having their name. Maybe you just have their name or their physical appearance, and just put that in your mind, and I want you to travel to wherever they are, wherever that is, whether it's a home they're at, whether it's a business place, whether it's an outdoor place. Just find wherever they are in your thoughts, and just project your thoughts to that person. And go for it right now and see their energy, feel them, sense their energy. What do they feel like? What do you sense them to be like? You know who they are, so that gets you into that space of their energy. So your energy recognizes their energy. Good. Now you're there. I want you to look around wherever that person is. I want you to be aware of what activity they might be doing right now. What activity are they doing right now? Are they on the phone speaking to somebody? Are they on the computer? Are they washing a car? Are they walking their dog? Where are they? What are they doing? And what does the environment around them look like? Just see that. And try to see, feel, experience, see, whatever, however you're going to interpret it, whatever you can about that person and the atmosphere and the environment that they're at. Okay. Great. Okay. So I just did that, and I recognized my friend of mine, and I brought myself to where he would be right now. And I saw him in an office, and he was writing something down with a pen. And the time is now 6:30 in California, the west coast of the United States. So I'm going to ask at 6:30. I'll call my friend after the Google Hangout and find out where they were. Okay. Yay, that's good. Okay. Now I want you can also project yourself if you want to. With you inhale. And when you exhale, you can bring yourself to that space. And then when you want to come back into the body, to the awareness of the human body, you're going to inhale and exhale, coming back into the body. That's your intention. So you inhale yourself back, back to the body, back to your toes, your feet, and exhale. Fully back into the body and the awareness, and open up your eyes, being present. Perfect. Good. That's that one. I love that one. It's a really good technique. And again, all of these techniques, all of these exercises I'm sharing with you, the more you use them, the better you'll get at them. Intuition is the more you use it, the better you get at them. So these little exercises are really to help you to work with that muscle. Start using the muscle. Intuition is like a muscle. The more you use it, the more it develops. Great. So the next item we're going to do here, next exercise, I want you to, I'm going to say, get to your space of knowing, which is in your heart and in your gut, your solar plexus, your space of knowing. And I'm going to ask you to breathe into that space again and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. I always see like a light just going out as an exhalation. And at the same time, I'm inhaling and exhaling. I'm running my energy too, by the way, folks. So as you're doing that. Great. Good. Now in your space of knowingness, whatever you want to receive, so you're not thinking, you're in your heart. I want you to interpret whatever feelings you get. I have a picture of somebody in this envelope. Okay. So I want you to start writing down any personality traits that you pick up with this person. Is it a male, a female, an older person, a younger person? What activities do they do? What are they involved in? What kind of work do they do? Maybe you can pick up intuitively some different personality traits, some soul aspects. Do they travel? Do they stay at home? Anything you can, just bring yourself into that envelope there. And I'm at the same time telepathically, I'm going to envision that person to help you. That I'm envisioning their face. And so I'm putting that into the envelope, and everything about that person that I know of, and a good friend of mine, and I'm just going to put that all in the envelope, all that personality, the personality traits, the emotions, everything I know about the person, I'm putting in the envelope for you to pick up on it. So just start writing things down. I like your writing down. I'm funny. I'm hearing people in my head saying, I don't have a pen. If you have a pen and a piece of paper, if you can, it'd be better, only because you can keep track of what you're getting. So just write things down. Even if you get something physical, like physical traits, is a person have white hair, blonde hair, they're wearing glasses, no glasses, do they have a smile, they not have a smile, what color clothes are they wearing? Is it a suit? Is it a dress, skirt, shorts? What does it look like? So try to bring your knowingness into that envelope. Okay. Great. Okay. Just write it down. Now, the moment you start doing this and you step into that sense of knowingness, it'll start flowing. It's almost like a waterfall. And just let it just flow. Let it flow. Surrender, surrender and trust. Just go with it. Okay, we're going to finish up now. And there you go. Put one more there on the screen. So you look at it and see. Very good. What do you feel about that person? Okay, so now, if any of you, let's see, if any of you, just want to, okay, so, right, okay. Let's see who it is. If any of you picked up the personality traits of somebody who is humanitarian, it's a male, and I'm just going to show you who it is. It's my good friend, Deepak Chopra. He's wearing glasses. He's wearing a black shirt. So look at your list and see what you picked up on. Great. So really what you want to do is realize that this is just one exercise of many that you can also do at home, in that anywhere you can use your intuition, your knowingness every single day, you should try it. Try it out with everything. For instance, the phone rings. If you don't have caller ID, try to intuit who's on the other end of that phone. Is it a male voice? Is it a female voice? Let's say you're going to go visit someone at a restaurant, have dinner with somebody. Try to intuit, if you've never been to this restaurant before, try to intuit what the restaurant looks like. Try to intuit, does the restaurant have formal dining, like tablecloths, or is it very easygoing? There's no tablecloths, just sit down like a cafe. Is there a hostess stand? Is there a male host, female host? The person that you're going to meet, what kind of clothes are they wearing? What color clothes are they wearing? How is their hair going to be? Is their hair going to be combed back? Is their hair going to have curls? Like, how are they going to look? Try to go with that. Try to even go to what kind of specials are they going to be at the restaurant if you're going to have that. It also works really well with business meetings. Let's say you have a business meeting with somebody you've never met before, and maybe it's in an office room, and you have to sit there with other teammates of yours. And it's really going to be there with other people. I want you to try to interpret or intuit, if you will. Let's say it's a boardroom, meeting room. How many people go into that meeting? Okay, and where are you seating? Where are you seating? Where do you sit in that meeting? If it's a conference room, where do you sit at the table? Are you at the top of the table, the bottom, the left side, the right side? Who's sitting next to you? Okay, you have a meeting with somebody, try to intuit, what do they look like again? What color clothes? What's their personality like? So it works really, really well with that. Just try that. Okay, hold on. Yep, great. So now I'm sitting here, and I know the spirit is all around me, working with me. So anyway, you can use your intuition anytime you want to, and you can try it every day. I also do it with mail. I find it really, really fun when I open up my mailbox and let's say I have an invoice or bill there from a company. I try to intuit the amount. It happens all the time. And each day with my school, it's so funny with the JVP School of Mystical Arts, I also try to intuit how many people signed up that day. What's the number? And I've been right a couple of times. I've been very, very good at it. Now, you have to realize that, again, you're going to be very easy with certain exercises, and other exercises won't be easy. So just be aware that have patience, trust, and surrender. Okay, another exercise I'm going to do. I have in this box, this is actually a box. It looks like a book, but it's a box. It opens up. So inside this box, I have placed an object. And I really want you now to come back into your space of knowingness and just breathe into that space of knowingness. Inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale. Great. Now I just want to place your energy inside the box, and I just want you to begin to intuit whatever you feel that object is. What is the shape? Now all of what you feel, whatever insights you get in the box, it's something in here. So you get the shape, if you get a sense of, you can put all your comments down below the video. There's a space so you can type in your comments, things you pick up. Do that so we know what you're getting, who's getting what. So that's really good. So inside here is an object. First, you might want to get the shape of the object. And also you might want to try and intuit. So you have the shape. What does it look like? What does it feel like, the shape? And what material is that made out of? Is it plastic? Is it cardboard? Is it glass? Is it stone? What does the material feel like to you? Okay. The next thing, you want to intuit the next level, which is, what is the emotion attached to it? Is there an emotion attached to that object inside the box? Is there some kind of an emotion? Do you feel happy? Do you feel sad? Do you feel joyful? Do you feel regretful? What emotions are stirred up as you tune into it? And just let your heart feel it. Right. Now, maybe you could draw on your pad, write in the comments. There you go. Write some comments down. Maybe you can tell me in your comments, write down, what is the object? Harder one. What is the object? Don't try to think of it, just feel it. Just feel it. I don't want to smell any brain cells burning, and I think I do. So again, it's a new muscle that you're using, so just try to intuit whatever that is there. Yeah, great. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna open up and see what it is. I don't know if any of you got it. I hope you did. Now, this is so funny because a lot of people think, well, I got some, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Stop that. Don't think that way. Whatever you get, you get. There's no rationalization to this when you work with the right brain. When you work with your intuition, you can't rationalize it. So people are going to say, James, I had an elephant, but an elephant can't fit in a box. Sure it can. A glass elephant can fit in a box, can it? So if you picked anything up, an elephant, maybe picked up peanuts. So that's a glass elephant that was inside the box. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, another one I want to do really quickly here, which I thought about this afternoon. I just went out and I bought a little, I went to a little boutique store and I bought a ring. I bought a ring and it's in my hand, a ring. And there are words on the ring. There are actual words on this ring. And I just want you to intuit whatever words you can get, whatever words come to you on this ring. It's a silver ring. Wasn't expensive. But I just noticed the words on the ring. And I just want you to pick up the word. So the shape of it and then the emotion behind the word. That's great. And just write that. Obviously, it can't be a long sentence because it couldn't fit it on the ring. So just word or words, I'll say. Okay. So maybe you might get the shape first. Maybe it's 2 letters. I'm getting 4 letters, 5 letters, whatever it is. Just write it down. Now try to get the emotion on that word. Try to get the emotion that's attached to the word that's on the ring. That's a good one. And I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. The hint is that all the words on this ring, or the word on this ring, has a strong emotion. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have been attracted to it, because like attracts like. So there you go. Okay, so the words on it are believe. Believe. Next word is love. But alive, you got love. And I think that's it now. Oh, the next word is be, B-E. So be and believe, be. Oh, another word. There's a lot of words. I didn't realize it. Another word. Live, L-I-V-E, live. So believe, love, be, and live. I love that. That's a good one. I was attracted to buy that in the store, and it was really because of this class, this Google Hangout. So I just wanted to share that with you. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to answer some of your questions that you might have, because, gosh, we've done 3 exercises. I hope to run your energy. I just done a little bit about bringing you to that meditative state. And again, for people that want to, or if you're interested in taking my certification course, I am doing an intuition course. I'm going to be certified by my school, and it is on the JVP School of Mystical Arts. And there's a gold bar, and it says you want to just sign up for that first intuition course. It's an 8-week course. We have a lot of fun. I've gone and did field trips out, so which is really, really great. But I think I want to do questions first. So before we go on, I want to go do some questions. So the first question I have here, Emily sent me a question. So post your questions in the comments down below the video, just right down here. You'll see there'll be a place for the comments. Type down your questions, and I'll try to make them quick and fast and succinct. So the first we have is a question from Jill. Jill Gallo, hey Jill Gallo. Why do I keep seeing dragonflies? Well, dragonflies, anytime you see dragonflies, birds, butterflies, many times it's spirit. It's a spirit world around you. Many times people say to me, my mother came to me as a bird. Is that my mother's a bird? My mother's a bird. And I look at them and say, well, yes, she is a bird. Yes, she's not a bird. Or a dragonfly or a bumblebee. The other day on Facebook, I did a whole video on the bumblebees when I asked spirit to come through in bees, and they did. It was a swarm of these beautiful bees. Beautiful. And so what happens is that bird your mother? Is your father the dragonfly? Yes and no. What I mean by that is the soul really is consisting of the mind. The mind is the soul is the mind. The brain is part of the physical body, which dies at the end of physical life. But the mind continues on. So mind is your soul. And within that mind are all the memories, experiences that you ever had in this human life. And your spirit family and friends, they will impress into your mind a projection of themselves, a feeling about themselves, a thought about themselves, and they might create that moment when you're actually looking at a dragonfly. And then the father will be sending you thoughts about your father. And you'll associate then in your mind that dragonfly has to do with your father. So you'll continue that association. And then many times the spirit people want you to know that they're around you. So they'll help you they'll project when you're looking at a bird or a dragonfly or a hummingbird, butterflies. And it happens all the time. So yes, that's usually spirit. Next question we have. Let's see the next one. Okay. How often? This is from Johnny. Oh, interesting name, Johnny Quest. Johnny Quest wants to know. This is very, very interesting. Does the intuition come and go? Well, can we use it? Does it come and go? Intuition is always there, but can you really bring yourself to sense and control? You're the one in charge of it. So you can use your intuition all the time. And that's really, it's there. It's just opening up to that part of your mind and that part of the energy center here in your gut and really focusing the awareness and what you're going to receive. So part of your intuition, Johnny, is really to be open to receiving those programs that you're getting, and then you can give them out. But it's really intuiting. What is your soul telling you? What is that little voice telling you? It's not complex. You're not going to get things that are too complex. The intuition comes in very simple phrases, feelings mostly. Every single person is what we call clairsentient, clairfeeling. So you'll get a feeling about something. I don't feel good about this place. I don't feel good about that person, or I feel great about that person. So we do it every day. So it's taking time to be aware of your feelings and starting to have a relationship with your soul, with your soul's energy, your soul's language. That's really what it's about. Yeah. So that's a good one. Okay. And we have another question here from Felicia. So Felicia is asking, hello, Felicia, nice to meet you. Felicia is asking, why do I keep seeing, okay, here it is. I'm sorry, Betty, Betty, does finding different color feathers mean anything? So, well, it always means something. I don't know different colors, but again, along with the dragonflies and along with the owls, along with birds, along with hummingbirds, bumblebees. To me, it could be a spirit sign. It could be a sign. And if I keep on noticing them over and over again, it means stop and look, pay attention. Same thing with numbers. People ask about numbers. synchronicity of seeing 444, 1111. Those are ways that Spirit's getting through to you to let you know they're next to you and they're around you. So stop and look. So anytime you see feathers of birds, owls, it's something to stop and look. Doreen Virtue, my lovely soul sister, who many of you know of, we wrote the book together, How to Heal a Grieving Life, and we did talking to having cards. And I talked to her every day. We're great. She has a great book. She's written them over 50. I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but it's all about the numbers. So 111s, 222s, what the numbers mean. You can go online and Google that, numbers plus Doreen Virtue, and you can find out more meaning. I was with her once in a car going to lunch, and we were at a red light, and she goes, look! And the car in front of us had a license plate. It said 4444. And I said, oh my gosh, I have all these numbers here in syncopation. You're sitting next to me, Doreen. And she said, 444 means angels are around you. A lot of your guides and teachers are around you. So it's a good book. Okay, another question from Carolyn. Carolyn, how do I know if it's, how do I know? Very good question, Carolyn. How do I know what I'm seeing is true? It's true. How do I know what I'm seeing or feeling is true? Or is it on my own imagination and my own ego? Good question. One of the hardest parts of doing the work of an intuitive is really taking the time to sit and process and connect with your own feelings and your own sense of knowingness. So when you get to that subtle space of having that knowingness, that feeling, the more you practice it and develop it, you'll begin to have the awareness of what feels real, what feels from your gut, you know it, and that's just the way it is. And you have to do it with development, through meditation, through putting your mind, whether it's a mind journey and meditation, where you bring yourself into that knowingness space, that subtle space, and then utilizing it, recognizing it over and over again. It's from your heart. It's not from your head. If you think about it, it's not going to work because you're rationalizing it. So I often say to people, head to heart, bring your head to heart, feel, don't think, feel, don't think. So that's a good one. And I think you really should use that more often. It really works well. So I also want to talk to you about, when you see somebody, I talk about this a lot in the school. I actually have a whole course in the school about, in the first lesson, the certification lesson of intuition, I talk a lot about color. And I talk about the vibration of color, the frequency, the energy of color. Every color, every musical note has a certain frequency or vibration, a tune, if you will. It's almost like the radio stations, again, the radio bandwidth, and that 91.2 vibrates at a certain level and 106.7 vibrates at a faster level. Same thing with colors. Colors of the rainbow, from red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and there are many in between those, that spectrum. Each color vibrates at a very different level, a different frequency. And every single person, I believe, and from their soul level, has a certain vibration or frequency that they're naturally vibrating at. Now, that vibration can change based upon how they develop spiritually. So the more developed they are, the higher the vibration of the color goes. So you might see somebody who starts off being more of a red color, and then they work in spiritual philosophy, live a spiritual life, be very mindful, demonstrate compassion and kindness and forgiveness. You'll find, if you look at them later on, then that their overall color turns to a blue or a light purple, more spiritual colored, more spiritually and mindful. So that's very, very different than reading the aura. And in the first class, I go into how to read the aura properly, how to read the soul fabric properly, because you can start reading the frequency by seeing the various colors. So say we read someone's aura, and my aura is all blue, my aura is all green. Well, it's for that moment, because things change. As your thoughts change, so the colors emanating from you change. So when someone reads your aura, they can see the vibration of the different colors around you based upon your thoughts, your experiences, your desires, your goals, and they can see pockets of oranges or yellows or reds or so forth all around you. That's reading the auric field. But reading the soul fabric, is which I go into in depth, is really picking up that one predominant color and working your way up the spectrum to see where the color is today of that person. I usually will go to a scale of the colors, the vibration, and I get a feeling, I get a sense of the color. The color has a life to it. Every color has a life to it. I also try to bring you behind the color. Thinking, why does that color emanate red? Why is it emanating green or yellow? And it's really important that you start getting yourself to a mindset of going behind the color. What does that color mean? Why am I feeling that that person is a purple color? Why is that purple a blue purple person? Another interesting thing, when you look at people in your next day of your life, tomorrow, start seeing the colors that they're wearing, the colors of their clothes. And as you look at the colors of their clothes, I want you then to look at the colors of the clothes and then go behind that, in that. Why did that person pick that wardrobe today? Why did they pick that shirt? Why did they pick that outfit? What was in them that picked that? What does that color vibrate with that soul's personality? So you first tune into the color that they're wearing, the clothes, and then you go one step more into their own soul's energy, that person's soul's energy. In the school, in the course, the first course, I have one of the exercises which a lot of you have done already, which has been so successful for a lot of you. Congratulations. And it's really you going to, I have you going to a shopping center or an open space and start tuning into the energy of people that are there, just as an observation. It's an observation exercise. So I find the reason I did that exercise in the school was because I wanted you to begin to start looking at the world around you as an observation, as if you had a magnifying glass and you're looking closely, not only on the surface of what you're seeing visually, but then go one step beyond. What are you feeling about that person? What are you feeling about the atmosphere around that person? What are you feeling the atmosphere in the space, in that shopping center, that park? So it's an observation type of thing. The more you start to live your life with a sense of using your intuition first, feeling the space, feeling that person. What do you feel when you meet somebody? What do you feel about a situation on a psychic intuitive level? I think when you start living that way every day, mindfully every day, you automatically then begin to program yourself to live life that way. And your intuition will come gangbusters right to the surface. So something to consider. We have another question here from Lisa. When does the course start? Oh, the course started about a week ago, but you can take it any time. So the way I designed the course is a school, the James Van Praagh School of Mystical Arts. It sounds very Harry Potter. Why I came up with that name, Spirit gave me that name, was because I wanted to, and for years I've wanted to do an online course, because as you know, right now, you're from all different parts of the world, and I wanted a space where I could have a teaching element, and it would incorporate many, many different types of disciplines. So for instance, the first course is the psychic intuition course, right? And the next one we'll be working on is mediumship. And another one will be on healing. So and I'm also gonna share with you, the community, what you wanna know more of and put that into the curriculum. So right now you can go on to the JVP school, JVP, my initial JVP, School of Mystical Arts. And on that page, it'll say, get your certification online course now. It's a yellow bar, just press on that. So you can start at any time. It's an ongoing type of thing. And how it works is each course comes to you, each week you get sent another lesson. So there are 8 lessons, the first course, and each one is chock full of people who have it. You see there are videos, there's a philosophy, there's a talk, there's exercise you have to do, some homework. So that's really, really what it is. Really, really what it is. As far as you can just take it anytime you want. You can download it anytime you want. I'll send it 1 week at a time, but then it's yours to have. It's yours to have and to use that. I know people say, well, that people can pirate it and do this. You know what? I can't help that. We have an intent and I have a purity to open people up to their intuition, and I believe that's their responsibility. For years, I wouldn't teach because I was so concerned about people misguiding themselves, taking themselves. Let's say they do one great psychic reading, and next thing they knew, they're all over the place. You got to be very mindful and respectful and have integrity with the work. So, anyway, it's an easy course. It's so funny because I'm right in the space right now in my life, right? I just love teaching, and it's perfect timing for it right now. I also want to let you know that right now for this course, and thanks, Carolyn, for asking this, I have it's called an early bird special, which means that right now it's $7.99 for this course, and that's the lowest I can make it for right now because of the operations and making it and creating it. And that's an early bird special. So I want people to do it first before the price goes up June 8th. It goes up a little higher. So if you want it for a lower price now, you can go on and take it now. Okay. So that's that. What else? I also want to, if you're up for it, everybody, and you want to become part of the school, that's great. Or take the first course, that's great. With the course, I'm going to do Google Hangouts just like this one, and I'll do them as often as I can. I love working with people. I love interacting with people, and we're definitely going to have a setup where I can actually see you or interact with questions right there on the screen. And once I become more aware of how to use Google Hangout and other ways electronically and technically, it's a whole new world for me. I will be doing more of those and really interacting with you on a regular basis, because I believe that my school and my interaction with you, it helps everybody. We're in it as a community. One thing about the school, it's making itself a community, which I love. I didn't know that was going to happen. I mean, I guess I should have known that, but it's a really community because you open up yourself to your inner self, your intuition, your sensitivity, being very empathic, and not a lot of people want to do that, or people get scared about doing that. And this is a place where you can do that, which is really, really great, because I don't know any really other places that you can do that. So anyway, it's a great place. Another question came in from Yomiko. Yomiko is probably, I don't know where it should be. I had a dream my mother, who has passed, was frustrated and disappointed with me. Should I take it literally? No. Don't take it literally. Many times it's our own projections. It's our own mental processing going on in the dream state. There are many types of dreams, many different types of dreams, many different reasons why we have certain kinds of dreams. There are so many different types of dreams. In one way, you're working out mental processes, mental frustrations, things that have happened. And in your case, with your mom being frustrated, angry, it might be something that you're angry about yourself, frustrated about yourself. Now, did your mom pass? Yes, she has passed. So I wouldn't take that literally. I just think it might be your own human interpretation of it. She might be, I find sometimes when I dream of spirits, they're usually frustrated because they want you to know they're alive and don't think of them as dead. And I can't tell you how many thousands, hundreds of thousands of times I've had spirit come through in not only my dreams, but also people in the audiences. But they'd say, I've dreamt of my parent or my friend, and they were angry with me. Are they angry? And then the answer is no. When they come through, say, I just want you to know I'm not dead, I'm alive. So change your mindset, change your way of thinking. Really, really important. That's a good one. So don't beat yourself up. You know, you shouldn't beat yourself up, Yumoko. Just really start working with your intuition, getting involved with that sense of knowingness. And the more clear you are with your knowingness, that vibration, the easier it'll be for you to interpret and connect actually with your mom in the spirit world. The spirit world's all around us. And it's just a matter of shifting our mind and shifting our focus to that awareness of the space that's all around us. And remember, you're a soul, you're a mind, they're a soul. So it's mind-to-mind communication. And that's really what you want to be aware of. From Gloria, she's asking, any tips on how I open my abilities up after shutting them down as a child? Yes. All children are very, very open. Remember, children have just come from the spirit world. So their mindset is that of spirit, is a feeler, an empath, feeling energy, seeing thoughts of people. Telepathically, children are able to read thoughts so clearly. They see the energy so clearly. I often say that, with the adults, let's say their parents or adults, and the child might see the energy of that person so clearly a certain way. And then certain words are verbalized out of the mouth of the adult. And I think that sometimes the words that are coming out of that adult's mouth don't equal the colors, the vibration that the child is seeing. And they can't put the two together. It's like, wait a minute. So they learn immediately not to trust the words of the adult. Interesting one. Just a little insight about that. So the way you can open up is really to start running your energy and learning, and also through meditation, being mindful, prayer work, is opening up each center, getting into the habit of opening up each chakra center. Okay. And then when you begin to work, you open up your chakra centers, your receptivity, and in a way it's like turning on your radio, and then you'll be open to work. When you're finished working, you close down those centers. You bring the energy down, all the way down. You close up each energy center. Sometimes I use like a light bulb analogy, where turning off the light bulb and the power drops down to the throat. Turning off that light bulb, downing that power to the heart, turning off that light bulb. And each one you close down. And then sometimes I'll put a curtain around me and or a cloak, and I'm shut off. So that's another good way of doing it, running. So you're going to close down and when you're not working. It's very important. And getting into the habit of that is a great way to be in control of your space and not be enslaved to energy that's out there that you're just picking up. So that's something you should get into the habit of, is really opening up your centers when you're ready to work and closing down when you're not ready to work. From Howard, another question. I'm just going through the questions. Emily sent me questions, which is great. Oh, great one. Nikki, I have a problem picking up others' energy. How can I get them out of my energy? Perfect. So again, the same thing, running your energy, being mindful of how to use the energy. And when you run your energy, you will begin to see in your mind's eye the face of somebody. You'll feel their energy. And what you do is you send, remember, you've got to send back their own energy to them. Because if they're sending you their energy, if they think about you, remember, thoughts are things. So when someone thinks about you, that thought goes directly to the target, which is you. And you have to take the responsibility to clear out the space around you and within you. You have to release that person's energy and send them back their energy because they need it. They'll be depleted. And you need your own energy space. You can't have people infringing upon your space. So besides running your energy and getting to that center of your being, another thing I do, another technique, which I think all of you should do this, and I talk about this again on the first course, is in the morning when I take my shower, I will envision, as I'm cleaning the physical body, I envision energetically a beautiful golden light coming down into the body. And I do this also with the breath, and I just work with it. And I have it really coming down to the body, and I have it illuminating, taking away any energy, any dark patches, any people's faces, any foreign energy, which I'm conscious of or unconscious of, in my space or around me. And what I do is I try then to imagine. Imagination is a great thing to use. It's the way many times the mind speaks, right? It's imagination. So I'll then envision that gold light coming through and getting rid of or detaching any heavy or dense energies that are in my space or around me. And I see that coming out of my space to the fingertips, going down to the drain, and then down to my toes. The energy comes out of my toes, my fingertips, and any foreign energy, I just let drip out of me until that beautiful gold light is within me. And then you will feel it. The more you do it, the better you'll get at sensing when foreign energy is out of your space and out of that space within you. And then what you do is you want to then program your day. So I will then I'll seal up myself with the white light. Many of you heard about a white light as a protector. You bet. It's a great sealer of energy in that it will seal up everything there that's within. So if you have someone else's energy in your space and you want it, you have to first rid yourself of foreign energy within you and around you, and then put the white light around you, because you're going to otherwise lock someone else's energy in you. So once you're balanced, programmed, then you put that white light around you. And the third thing I do is I then say verbally or mentally, both, to give it extra power, I say, may God go before me and show me the way. And God, the word love, the same vibrational frequency. So you can easily do that. May God go before me and show me the way. You're programming your day. You're programming the energy field all around you. And there's a universal law, which is like attracts like. So you will resonate and draw to you, because as the soul, you're a magnet of energy as well. You'll draw to you only that vibration of energy that you're programming. So if you're putting love around you, only love will find its natural space. See? And anything that's not of that vibration won't be there. Will fluff off. It's very much the analogy I like to use is walking into a room where there's a great wattage of light and you have to close your eyes. There's too much bright light there. Same thing with energy. There's love all around you. There's only love. Anyone's thoughts that come to you, whether they're fear-based, limited, judgment, will jump right back. To reinforce that, okay, and there's a fourth step. To reinforce that, many times after I say, may God go before me and show me the way, and I put up that energy field around me, what I do is, especially when I have to go to a space where I know there's going to be some real vulnerable energy, some nasty energy, some limited consciousness energy, some ego energy, which in my case, I worked a lot on the Ghost Whisperer. And before I went on that Universal lot, I would sit outside the gates of Universal and I would surround myself with protection and light. And then after I did that, I put myself in a mirror. I imagine a 360-degree mirror, but I imagine that the reflection was on the outside. So I'm sitting inside a mirror, 360 degrees. So any energies that would come near me would bounce right back. It works, it works, it works. So use that one. That's another good one. I want to share that with you. Okay, we have a call from Catherine. Hi, Catherine. What does it mean when I feel pressure changing in my third eye? I've been using your meditations, and it has been, let's see what else she says. This is being texted to me. Okay. Okay. What does it mean when I feel pressure is changing in my third eye? You'll also feel many times heat or a coldness, a pulsation also. So remember that. I've been using your meditations, and this has been helping a lot. It's been happening a lot lately. Oh, okay. So when you use my meditations, when you start to, if you will, activate certain centers of the body, psychic centers, if you will, you'll notice there'll be a change. You'll start feeling things that you've never felt before because you weren't aware. You weren't mindful of that space changing. You weren't present of being in that energy space. So when you start doing the activation of opening yourself to these centers, opening up the centers, you'll feel energy shift. You'll feel a pressure. You feel temperature changes. It's fine. It's really a part of progression of opening up. So that's a very normal thing to feel. And again, like I said before, just said, you'll feel heat and you'll feel coldness. I'm a glass of water because I'm talking so much. But that's very normal, Catherine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't put fear. It's all about love. I really don't believe in fear. I think fear is the human thing. Fear gets in the way of our progression. So it's nothing to worry about with that. That's very normal of this happening. We have Stephen. Hi, Stephen. Stephen, I've been meditating daily for years, but I have no sensitivity. How do I develop this to be? How do I develop this, or is it just not meant to be? Well, I think you're copping out, Stephen. What I do believe is everybody is born with intuition. So intuition is your sixth sense. We're all born with it. We're all born with instinct. Otherwise, we wouldn't survive. We have to have instinct in order to survive as a baby. And we have that very strong empathetic connection with our mothers and our mothers with us, because we're in a womb there, in developing as a fetus. We develop and we have a connection, empathetic link connection with our mothers. So you do have it. It's not you don't have it. I think that it might depend, Stephen, on how you've been meditating. I'm not aware of how you meditate. I think you should start doing, of course, psychic exercises, sensitivity exercises, taking a workshop, being in the school. I hope you've registered because it'll be perfect for you. And then we can also talk about it online more about what your experiences are. But start using it, not abusing it, using it. And you'll get better at it the more you do it. So be patient. All of this it's a progression. It's a process. In our society, we're so used to these quick gadgets. We have the phones and computers, and society is very fast, very, very quick. We want a quick solution. Things that are worth it take time. Things that are worth developing and progressing. You really want to slow and take your time. And each moment be mindful of, because it's all in the learning. It's as they say, it's not the destination, it's the journey. It's really taking day to day, how different you are this day from yesterday. Do you have other insights, perspectives? So for Stephen and everybody else, I want you for homework. I'm going to give you a homework right now. I joined this Google Hangout. And whether you join the school or not, that's okay. I'm just going to give you homework because I'm going to do another Google Hangout. But I'll go on my Facebook page and answer this. I'll get your answers next week. I'll put this on there. So I'm going to give you a homework, and the homework is this: between now and next Tuesday, it's a week, I want you to observe. Go outside of your house, your apartment, wherever you are, and maybe you could carry a journal with you, a journal to write down. I just want you to go and start observing people. Now, when you observe people, I want you to get into what I call the knowingness, get into the space of centeredness, and go with your gut, that knowingness. And I also want you, the knowingness, the heart space, the gut space. Yeah. I want you then to tune into that and take that energy of your heart, your knowingness, and I just want you to throw that out there and pick a person or a couple of people and just try. I just want you to become observant of them. And when I say observant, what I want you to do is I want you to observe how they feel as a soul. How do they feel? Don't get caught up with the emotion. I just want you to get a sense of how do they feel as you observe them. As you're observing them from a soul, And the language of your soul is intuition. By using your intuition, I want you to sense how you feel about somebody. Yeah. And if you want them at the end, you can go up to them and talk to them and just say, would you mind if I just this exercise, I'm involved with the school and I just want to know, is this how you are? So try that observation exercise. And then next week on Facebook, we'll write down for you to send me your insights into that. One more thing I just want to remind you, because a lot of people have been sending questions here. Yeah. Again, another one. Intuition is God. It's not gone. It's just that your mind is in a different space. If you take your time, remember that you really want to take the time it takes. Don't think about it. Feel it. And meditation, being mindful, putting yourself in the same space every day is important to begin to open up your sensitivity. Another clue I do with people is I have them create, whether it's in their bedroom and living room, a certain space, a certain room or a space within their place they live, even if it's outside in the garden, fine. I love for you to sit in the same space and start working your sensitivity, working your energy, running your energy, meditating. This is your sacred space. And I want you to create somehow around you an atmosphere, an environment where you feel it's sacred, where you feel it's safe to open up your intuition and explore things. So try to do that in your house and sit in the silence. When I say sit in the silence, it's just a matter of you going inward, turning within, illuminating the inside of you, going into your heart. What is your heart? What is your soul telling you? So it's a good one. So before I close, I want you to know I'm also going to, as I have all of your names here and I have emails, I'm just going to go and I'm just going to let my soul self connect with 5 of you, and I might even email you if that's okay, and pick out 5 people where I'm going to do a mandala. How I'm going to do that is I'm going to use my intuition, and I'm going to really let spirit come in and draw a mandala. Now, mandala is really, this is a mandala right here. It's a mandala. So it's a way really of opening yourself up to center. Hold on, let me just see what I have here, my cards. Now, all of these are mandalas too. My cards, that's a mandala. These are all mandalas. All my cards are mandalas. I threw my deck down here somewhere. Where am I? I don't know where it is. I'm all over my room, my friend's room. Here it is. Okay, so if you look at these cards, my soul journey cards, each one of these are mandalas. So mandalas are ways, and that'll help you to start tuning into the knowingness. So if you could maybe put a mandala in your, look at that, beautiful. An artist tuned into spirit and they gave her these designs. What do you think of that? Cool, right? I put these in my bathroom mirror sometimes, depending on what lesson I'm to learn. So mandalas are ways of focused concentration. It'll just focus you into the mindset of getting into the knowingness. So I'm going to take 5 people and I'm going to actually tune into them and draw my own personal mandala for them to use. So that's something I'm going to do. Yeah. So I look at the list of people. And we're going to announce the winners in the next newsletter. So make sure, of course, I think you're all on my email list. Make sure, because I'm announced the winners in my next newsletter. And I also just want one more thing to close. I want to thank you all for being here from around the world. We can go on forever here. I'm on Hay House Radio. I think a lot of you know that. Every Tuesday, I have a show called Talking to Spirit. And my website, of course, is www.vanpraagh.com. And you can see a list of my events and my hangouts. And also, just in final part of this, I just want to remind you, I will work with you even more if you become a certified psychic intuitive. So if you're interested in this first course, just go on to the JVP School of Mystical Arts, and there's a yellow bar and it says start your level certification now. And I'll begin to send you these videos one at a time for 8 weeks. And I work with you. They're pretty in-depth for a lot of the school students, participants there. We had a hangout the other day and it was just the students, and it was so great, such a community. So I look forward to working with a lot of you. If you want to go and upload the school, become a certified by my school, and I'll put you on the list also of certified psychic intuitives, which is really great. So it's been a pleasure spending some time with you and sharing this space with you. And continue with my Facebook page. Thank you for being friends of mine. I need friends. Tell people if you want. about my space I create. And I look so forward to sharing more experiences with you on intuition, on mediumship, on healing, and really topics that you want to discuss. So that's part of our school forum, going to the forum and writing things down. And I really did design everything for that. So as we close now, I just want to close your eyes. I just want you to take a deep breath into the heart and exhale. We do this 3 times. And inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. And I just want you now, as you open your eyes, just to surrender. You're going to use the word surrender that came up in our 3-card spread. So surrender your thoughts, surrender the mind attacks, those things that pull you away from truth. Many of those are fear-based. Surrender into your own truth, the soul of your voice, your intuition. And until we meet again, my loves, wherever you are in the world, I send you my love and my light and bless you in every step you take. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye now.